right. Hello, everybody. Oh my God. I just realized, what am I even doing over here? I don't know. Okay. Whew. Hang on, everybody. Look at this. And I'm wearing red. Oh my goodness. Mm, that's going to be a lot of fun, right? Yeah, this is how we start. So I said, hi, Alia. Hi, Gypsy Girl. Hi, Debbie Bagley. Hi, Debbie. So give me 1 second. Let me fix this. I just have this thing hanging around and I was like, my lips are feeling dry. Let me put it on without realizing I'm wearing a hot pink shirt. I mean, it's just a shirt and that's like red. So I'm going to fix it on camera and everybody's going to be like, oh my God. Anyway. So probably making a bigger mess. Yeah. Yep, it's a hot mess. So here's what we're going to do, right? Since we are not going to be too concerned about, whatever, the camera or whatever. It does look a hot mess, doesn't it? Y'all must be laughing. Y'all must be going, Kitana, what is wrong with you wearing red lipstick? I swear it isn't lipstick, y'all. It is that lip balm, but I'm going to take it off because I'm looking at it in the viewfinder and it's like, oh, orange. Or maybe I don't care. Whatever, right? So yeah, so let's get started with this. Let's not focus about the color of my lipstick because it's like, doesn't matter. Anywho, so welcome everybody. Thank you so very much for joining me. I do appreciate each and every one of you. And I actually kind of was going to, what's wrong with my hair? Was going to kind of sham and say, I won't do it. I won't do the live stream. Then I was like, you know what? Better get up and do. I gotta take this off. This is terrible. I'm sorry. I didn't even realize it's red. I'm so sorry. I just have to, and I'm gonna have to fix it. Or not. Sorry, y'all. So this is what happens when we do impromptus, right? I have been feeling so extremely thirsty and my skin is feeling so extremely dry. My lips are feeling extremely dry and I'm like, what is going on? Well, it's part of the medication. So if you see all this, yeah, welcome to my world. So thank you for joining me, everybody. I do apologize. We had some vanity issues here. Adjust the lipstick. Hey, I'm just real, man. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will be. And this is an old T-shirt. I have the Arabian horses, and I take it out once in a great while. And anyhow, so thank you so much for being here. We have some folks here. Let me say, Alia, Gypsy Girl, Debbie Bagley, Miss Lids, Delvin, Pandora Spark, Seeking Rainbows, Star Miller, Barbara Rosen. Barbara, I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for being here. Lucinda, Anita Blunt. So good to see all of you here. So I'm going to just give it a few minutes to see if anybody else wants to join in. And if they don't, wow, look at this, y'all. Look how intense the color is. Woo, all right. Oh, my bad. Bad aim. Come on, buddy. Get in there. Okay. So I have, because of this excessive dryness, I've been drinking a lot of water. Of course, it's good. It flushes the kidneys, which is fine. I'm not complaining. But my lips are also feeling so extremely dry. And of course, I'm putting the salve and whatever. And whenever I get the chance to put any of those moisturizing thingies, I put it. That's very good. It's very moisturizing. It's soft. And it doesn't give you that sticky feeling sometimes that you get from lip balms or lip masks, I think. So I like it, but dang, is it red. Then we have Margaret Rodriguez. Hey Margaret, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? Kathleen Cheney, hello. So I decided to do something different today. We are not going to focus on any one specific case. Rather, we'll be talking about a whole bunch of cases. Something I want to bring to your attention is, hey Noble C, how are you? I have been actively signing up for, a lot of petitions And those petitions are on change.org. Of course, y'all can all go and look at it yourselves. I'm going to start posting the links on my Facebook page. Yes, this past week I've been sketchy with the daily tarot readings. I haven't posted it, but I try to be consistent, but I'm not. It is what it is. It's Pandora's box. Hi, girl. So, Noble, see you. Good to see you. So this is all about doing our little bit, adding our 2 cents worth. And showing our support, showing our awareness, our knowledge. First and foremost, showing that we are aware of what's going on. Secondly, showing our support for a lot of these cases that go, unfortunately, unresolved, and because of whatever that's going on in society. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to organize myself. Maybe I should keep this phone here, right? I will. So I decided, why not just talk about some of those things? Because, as much as it's not just me, a lot of YouTube creators, do these cases about missing people and all these homicides and this and that. And I'm not the only one who does it. A whole bunch of them do. I also have to thank all those other YouTube creators who do whatever it is, either news or investigation, or even that group that go about deep diving, if you will, and they've been able to resolve a lot of cases where the cars have gone into bodies of water. I forget what they're called. I should have had that thing, right? Their name. They are actually, maybe I can look it up. Hang on. That just solve. Hang on 1 second. Oh, funny here. Adventures with a Purpose, they are the ones, right? So it's not just me. A lot of groups, right? They do their own little bit in terms of how best they can go around helping. When for years and years nothing has come about, no leads have delivered anything concrete, or the case has stalled, or the investigation has been dropped, or some goof up somewhere, or maybe the family is still looking and asking for answers. So I figured, why not do a little bit of some of that myself, in the sense, just get the word around, right? Just get the word around and say, what, people, go check out these particular links and see if you can sign a petition. It doesn't cost you anything to sign a petition. Some of them do have those options where you can actually donate money. I am going to tell you this right up front. As a disclaimer, I am not responsible. I am not the organizers of that or change.org thing, and I'm not the one who's asking you to donate money. I will not. So if you all do any of that, that's on you. I have nothing to do with it. I'm just sharing information about that change.org organization and the links where they post for all these cases. And if you care to sign a petition, after reading the details, you do so of your own free will. Okay, let me make it very clear. Disclaimer, I am just trying to spread awareness, and I'm not forcing my views or my opinions on anybody. I'm not demanding you all to do anything. These are my observations and my opinions. Please do your own research, do your own due diligence, and form your own conclusion. And this is for entertainment purposes only. So I came across a couple of papers. This is going to be a little bit of a controversial subject. So for those of you who may come on during this live and try to do your mischief, right, troll and things like that, I'm just going to say bugger off. And for those of you who are going to watch this video, once the stream has ended and it converts to a video, and you watch the video and you're going to leave your nasty comments, I don't give a flying fiddlestick, okay, for your opinion. So you can take a hike, plain and simple. And hi Courtney, how are you? So one more thing, I'm going to CKOC, hey, how are you? One more thing I want to make very, very clear today is, if I do let some F-bombs fly, I am not going to apologize. I'm just not. This channel is not made for kids, and if any of y'all are the kind who are going to be a little offended by a couple of F-bombs and a couple of case in point shitty words, then y'all, I recommend that y'all click off, okay? Hi, Pauline. Oh my God, Pauline. I'm just dying of embarrassment, Pauline. So, Pauline, you are the sweetest thing. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, I'm guilty. Absolutely. So, if any of y'all are offended by any language that I may use or anything like that, or my expressions, or just the way I speak or anything, I don't give a flying fiddlestick. You can be on your merry way and go watch somebody else, okay? So, all that's out of the way. So, one of the things that I want to talk about is I know, let it fly. What I want to talk about is this whole bah humbug case about Emmett, right? What is her name? Carolyn. I did. Oh my God, I forget her name. Carolyn. What's her name? Carolyn Bryant, right? Is she the one? Yeah, Carolyn Bryant. Remember, I did this thing about Emmett Till, and I had posted about that Carolyn. Wait, who else is joining me? Star Miller. Hey. So I'm going to speak, y'all. If y'all want to call me a racist, you're entitled to your opinions of me, as I am entitled to my opinions of you and everybody, right? So, thank you. So, the intention for this is not to create a ruckus. The intention for this video is not to cause trouble. It's not to create mass hysteria or to instigate people to do something stupid. This is not the intention for me doing the video at all, okay? It's just to get the awareness out. And for us to think of things through, let's think for a moment. Why, why is this happening? Why didn't we do this? Why shouldn't we have done that? Why couldn't we have done that? What are the reasons? What were the criteria? What were the issues? Why is it that things turned out the way it did? So, Carolyn Bryant is apparently 80-something years old. Now, I will tell you this up front. As an individual who, of course, both my parents have passed, but considering Mark's parents are in their mid-80s, I did think about it. If this Carolyn Bryant, this had happened to somebody, and thank you, it didn't. But let's say, for a case in point, it happened to somebody close to my family, right? How would I feel as an individual thinking that my aunt or grandma or somebody is Carolyn Bryant, and oh my God, now at the age of 87, the shit's hit the fan and people are gunning for her? How would I feel? Okay. See, we have to be honest about these things, right? I mean, we have to be absolutely honest about these things. How would I feel? Sure, there's a part of me that says, why can't people just hush and go away? She's in her mid-80s. She's not going to live forever. What's the point in raking up the past, right? That would be a normal reaction for some folks. But the other half says, does it really matter what your race is, what your gender is, what your age is, what your religious beliefs are, what your demographics are, what your political leanings are? Does it really matter? Right is right and wrong is wrong. Isn't that how it should be? Or is that a very idealistic way of looking at life, and life is not like that, right? In many cases we've seen, things like that don't happen in reality. But as a people, if you take into consideration, if you say, or as a people, as a society, we say, just let her be. She's in her mid-80s, she's not going to live forever, let her go, fine. All right, fine, right? But then we think about all the people who have been brought forth back into the public eye, right? The war criminals, right? The people who committed crimes during the, I don't even want to say the word, the Holocaust, right? Things like that. When those people were caught, right, identified, and they were brought forth for justice to be served, and they were well into their 80s and 90s, and justice was served, why then should we cut her slack? Somebody help me understand the logic behind saying, let her go. Why then should we cut her some slack? Right? So, are you trying to tell me, when I say you, I'm not talking about you, I'm just, hope you keep up with me. Are you trying to tell me that, oh, because she's an American and she is, a lady and, of a race or whatever, we should kind of just let it go? Is that the reasoning behind it? Well, if that isn't, explain to me, why are we being so selective in terms of where we are going to pursue, right, these for justice, which cases we're going to let fly. So it kind of really bothered me, and I thought about it, and I was talking to Mark too. I said, what do you feel about this, right? It was just a conversation we had. And in all honesty, I did have an ulterior motive for asking him that question too. See, my parents have passed, okay? My dad died when he was 83, and my mom died when she was 72. His parents are very much alive, and let me tell you, I love them. They are awesome people. They are just phenomenal people, and I can tell you what I feel for them. I really feel like they are my parents. I have a lot of respect, a lot of love for them, and they're no different to me than my biological parents, right? But having said all of that, I asked him, because they are his biological parents and they're still in the physical world, and I asked him, I said, how do you feel? And he goes, it shouldn't matter. It absolutely shouldn't matter, okay? Considering how heinous the crime was. She has to be brought to justice. Okay, so now let's go past that. And Carolyn Bryant, the person who's all in the news with regards to Emmett Till case, Courtney. So let's step that up, kind of move on from there. So a lot of people are saying, well, she didn't actually physically kill him. Yeah, right, she didn't actually physically kill him. But she is responsible for his death, because if she had not gone and cried wolf and told her husband or whoever that Emmett did this or Emmett did that, then they would not have gone after Emmett, right? It's because of the lies she told and her false accusations instigated her husband and his brother to go after Emmett. So, to what extent do we hold her responsible? Would this crime still have happened if she had not said anything? Now, the other thing is, the most important thing that a lot of people miss is, did she fabricate it? Did she cry wolf? And you got to look at both sides of the story. So, let us say, I'm not accusing Emmett in any way, shape, or form. Let me make that very clear. Let us, for just a micromillisecond, assume that young child just whistled or hooted. How I understand the era was different, but does that, if, I quote, if he had done that, big question mark, does it really warrant such drastic, like actions? It doesn't. Okay, I understand it was a different era, right? But is that any different from what's going on in this day and age, 2022? I don't think so. The other thing I want to make very clear is, this has nothing to do, like I said, it has nothing to do with the age, the gender, the race, the religion, nothing. It's like, let's do the right thing. Clearly, she was not served the warrant. They were protecting her. Why? Why were they protecting her? And whoever the guy, what's his name, the police officer, hey Anne, how are you? The police officer or whoever the sheriff or whoever, he says that he felt that he did not want to take her away from her 2 children. Hence, he did not serve her the warrant. That kind of, oh my God, I lost it then. How's that fair? So for you, it's okay to take away Emmett from his mom, right? but it's not okay. You feel bad for taking her away from her kids, hence you don't serve the arrest warrant. Where's the sense in that? So let's move past all of that. We don't have that many people yet because this is impromptu, right? Here, let me do create a poll. I'm going to create a little poll. Should, what's her name? Bryant, right? Oh. Carolyn Bryant be served now. Okay, I'm going to served. Okay. Oh, Carolyn, duh. Okay. Okay. Ask my community. Okay. Just I just did a little poll thingy. So just say. I mean, you don't have to participate if you don't. I'm just going to leave it up for a while and then you'll let me know. So another thing is, I don't know how many of y'all have researched it or given the time. I mean, you know, we all have life. We have our own drama, our own things that we need to take care of. I actually saw some pictures of him at his funeral. Close-up pictures. No, people, no. That is not a sight for anybody to see. That is not something anybody should have to endure. That is not something a little child, a 13-year-old kid should have had to have gone through for no fault of his. That is not the sight a mother should see. The last vision, okay, or a visual a mother should have of her child. It is horrendous. It is, oh, don't see it. It's very graphic. We have James Pennington. Who is this and why am I subscribed to this evil? You put your faith in courage. I put my faith in God. I don't. Oh, James. Oh, you think this is evil, James? Oh, James, I'm so sorry you think that of us. Well, you know what, James? You're entitled to your opinions. And if you think this is evil, why the heck are you here? Bye. Go do your own thing. You be you, boo. Right? So, and another thing I want to talk about this Carolyn Bryant is I've been watching the news and trying to find information the best I can. The sad thing is, Emmett Till's family or whoever his representatives are, they're saying they haven't been able to find her. They have researched her last known address. They've gone around looking for her, but they can't find her. So here's a funny thing. I had seen one of those videos and I had posted a comment saying that, you know, she must be brought to justice. I agree, she didn't physically kill that child, but because of her actions, his life was lost. So she is somehow held responsible. And some random ding-dong, ding-along or ding-dang, ding-along, I don't even know who this is. That's all I said in my comment. Replies to my comment saying, we will never tell you where she is. I didn't ask for you to tell me where she is. I just passed a comment saying that justice has to be served, regardless of how many years it is, and something to that effect. So that led me to believe that maybe when the shit hit the fan, her family, her team, or whoever it is, are protecting her and hiding her. So then, do they become accomplices? Now again, I'm not a criminal attorney. I have nothing to do with, you know, the legal whatever. So neither am I from the police department or anything. I'm just saying, I'm just a regular person here asking these questions, right? Thank you, James. I appreciate your comments. You have a blessed day. So anyway, let's move on because I knew the trolls were going to pop up, right? So let them have they want their 2 minutes of fame. Another thing I want to talk about is, so I will leave my links, you know, for y'all, those of you who are interested. I mean, please do your own research, right? And do your own, call on your own analytical skills and form your own conclusions and judgments, right? So let's just ignore that goofus. So there's another thing that popped up in my thing. I'm just kind of, like I said, bringing this to everybody's attention, right? So let me see, who's this one? So wait a second. So I'm going to read this out to you all, right? I have it on a list of paper. So this is again, links. So we have this going on. It's this was sent to me on, oh my god, I need my glasses, y'all, on July 9th. Again, y'all, I'm not trying to instigate y'all, I'm just bringing awareness, kind of talking about it so people can do their own research and sign up for the petitions if they want. If they don't want, that's totally fine. It says, on a hot California day, Esteban Chavez clocked into work for a particular, I'm not going to mention the name of this company, for a particular logistics company. You all know who the big guys are in the business. He never made it home. While on his delivery route, he suffered a heat stroke and died soon after. He had just celebrated his 24th birthday. The employer knows I'm not mentioning the company's name. The employer knows the danger they put drivers in by not providing air conditioning in their cars. Teresa, I don't know who Teresa is, probably related to him, started her petition because she knows the company should step up and take care of their workers, right? She's calling on the company to stop preventable deaths from occurring by adding air conditioning to the vehicles. So there was another little thing I saw where I forget what the name of the news channel is. They did their own little investigation, and they actually took a vehicle that belongs to this particular company. I'm not mentioning the names. And they drove around to see what it feels like, right, in the weather. So outside weather said it was 95 degrees or something, and the temperature inside on the thermometer was 115 or something like that. So think about that. So that's that, right? So the next thing is, again, all this is available on social media. Y'all can go research it for your own, knowledge. I saw another video a gentleman had posted again from the news that he had on his Ring camera where this company, the delivery person came and delivered a package for him, and he basically collapsed in his front yard. And you could tell that young man, I don't think it was any more than 32, 33 years old, he had to actually lay down for a couple of minutes, and you could tell he was completely out of it, heat stroke. And he still got up and went back and sat in his vehicle to drive off and make your deliveries. Now that's the kind of stuff that scares the bejesus out of me. So first and foremost, this young person is determined to get in his vehicle and go and make, because they are under the gun, they have to finish a certain route by a certain time, etc. Think about it. Even if he's temporarily okay, as the day is progressing, what if something happens? He was clearly, in my opinion, was having a heat stroke. I know because I've experienced a heat stroke. So anyway, so he's driving and something happens and he goes off and unfortunately bangs up somebody else and somebody else dies. Then what happens? Right? Not that he purposely ran off the road and banged into somebody, because he couldn't, because of the heat stroke or whatever was going on. What if that person who he crashed into what if that person was me? What if that person was you? What if that, God forbid, what if that person was somebody else that we know, family, friend, neighbor, etc. Right? So I really do think that for cases like this, we really, really need to demand, from these certain employers or companies to kind of step it up. I mean, they make billions and billions and billions of dollars. I don't think the employees are asking for them to serve champagne and caviar every single day they sign up or clock into work. The workers are just asking them to do the right thing and provide basic necessities so they can safely perform their tasks with the knowledge, knowing that their physical body and their mental state of mind is safe. Right? Isn't that the norm? If anybody here is in HR or has HR experience, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't that the first responsibility for employers to provide a safe working environment or safe tools, right? Do they do that? Do these companies even, like during summertime particularly, give them like an allowance for water or for whatever? It's crazy. So I look, y'all, I'm not a saint, right? I've never claimed to be. I'm just me, full of piss and vinegar on certain days. And oh my God, some days it's apple cider vinegar because I really get mad when the glasses come off, right? So I do that, like when we have the garbage people come and pick up, and it's really, really hot. I just go and offer like little bottles of Gatorade or whatever that's cooled. It's sealed. And I always tell them, look, man, it's sealed. If you want to take it, take it. If you don't want to, I'm not offended. No problem. Because I don't want anything coming back to me saying, oh, she gave me something and I felt sick, right? So I'm very, very careful about that. Even if it is water, it's those bottles that are sealed, etc. It's not like I recycle bottles and I fill it up in, kitchen. That's cheap, dicey stuff. And when I go to this store to pick up my stuff, those people there, like, they're hustling, man. They're all working for a living. They're hustling, and I really feel bad. And they never ask anything or demand anything. I just, whenever, like, wintertime donuts or whatever, summertime, I just give them water or whatever that's cold, and they really appreciate it. It's nobody asked me to do it. I'm not saying I'm doing this because, oh, I want brownie points. I mean, I don't get jack shit for this. I'm just doing it because I genuinely care. I mean, it's like, what if I were that person? How would I feel if somebody just randomly came and said, hey, it's a hot as FUCK day, here's a bottle of cold water, like, right, that sort of a thing. So you know what, James? I think I'm going to use a Ouija board just to do some Ouija for you. How about that, James? You want to hang around? I'll do it. You want to stay till the end of this? Maybe in the last 15 minutes, I'll actually take out my Ouija board and I'll do Ouija for you. I'll ask questions about James Pennington. Okay? What do you say, the real fam? Do you think we should do that for James Pennington? Because James Pennington, I don't know whether it's a he or she or a it, is really being very, very extra nice, right? Anyhow. So anyway, you're right, Courtney. That's exactly what that individual is. So anyway, let's move on. It's entertainment on the side, right? James, thank you for entertaining us. So another case that I want to talk about is, it's very sad. Unfortunately, nothing came of this. I'm sure Esteban Chavez, right? So I don't know after that what the legalities were, if there was any compensation, what the insurance were. Hi, Marisol, how are you? Yeah, thank you, Auntie. I think we should all send a prayer, right? For James Pennington, right? Yeah. Aww. So see how nice we are. The real fam rocks, man. We're so nice to these crazy psychos here. Anyhow, so I don't know if insurance paid out because dying on the job is whatever, right? The legalities. Let's not get into that. Now there's another very interesting case that I want to talk to you all about. This is like seriously very, very, and yes, I will do cards in a little bit, but I just wanted to talk about this thing. So here's another case. Okay, so let's do this. So here's another case, everybody. So I'm going to read it out to you. Out of the 106,000 people on the National Transplant Waiting List, 92,000 are waiting for a kidney. Ramiro Gonzalez wants to donate both of his kidneys, but Texas wants to put him to death before he can. Ramiro is on death row for a murder he committed when he was barely 18. He wants to save a life for the one he took. Kim started her petition because she knows many people are in need of a kidney, signed to tell Texas to allow Ramiro to donate his kidneys to save a life. Now, Let's rope in our wonderful James Pennington into this. I'm sure James Pennington is going to be sitting with his rosary going, oh my God, I don't want a criminal's kidney, right? I'm sure James is so perfect. He'll be like, ooh, he's a criminal, I don't want his kidney, right? Right, James? You wouldn't want his kidney, would you, James? Nah, you wouldn't. You're just too saintly. You couldn't do that, right? James couldn't do that. So, yeah, seeking serenity, you're right. Yeah, James much like us, but then again, hopefully, James, you're in good health, whether you're a man, woman, or whatever your gender is, irrelevant. Hopefully, you're in good health. But if you are not, and if you are in need of a kidney, let me ask you this question, James. Since you're here, you may as well participate, right, and entertain us by your stupidity. Would you accept a kidney donated by a convict? So, James, if you care to answer, right? So, let's move on. So, I was thinking about it, and I was like, okay, so he's on death row. He's anyway going to be offed at some point in time. This guy, not James. Let me be clear. So let me post that. Let me where is that? Let me do another one of those. Oh, here. So when I did this, 95% of y'all said yes, Carolyn Bryant should be held accountable. Let's post another one, right? Let's that. Is it okay to have a criminal donate her organ? Is it okay for a criminal to be a organ donor? Okay. So, right? So here's the thing. Is Becca here? Hey, Karajaus, how are you? Good to see you. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? Yeah. Now there is the quandary between logic, practicality, science, and religious and spiritual beliefs, and also conservative mindsets, right? Now, it's not fair on us to impose our opinions, our own beliefs on anybody else, right? That's true, I get it. Some people may agree, he's anyway going to die. We have so many thousands of people who are waiting for organ donations. So, hey, why not? And there are a whole bunch of people who are saying, oh no, I don't want a criminal's organ in my body. So then it becomes a contradiction, right? Or not a contradiction as much as it is going to be I don't know, what's acceptable to us, what is our moral compass, what is our spiritual compass, what is our religious compass, and what is acceptable to us. Let's play the cards the other way. If there was a criminal who was on death row, and he or she was waiting for an organ donation because he or she had a kidney failure, and if somebody else passes, would I say it's okay to have this person's organ donated to the criminal? I'll say, hell no. Okay? This piece of nothing is a criminal, caused somebody's death, unlawfully, for no reason took somebody's life, or caused harm, or raped, or pillaged, or murdered, or whatever. He or she has lost all privileges. So even if he or she were dying of kidney failure or whatever the heck failure, they lost their privileges. They shouldn't get an organ donation. That's my opinion. Am I being too harsh? No, I'm not, in my opinion. But then again, it's just my opinion. So then I thought about this guy, right? This Ramiro Gonzalez. And I was thinking, first and foremost, in my opinion, or based on my knowledge, my awareness, I don't think they really make it known who the donor is, right? I don't think the recipients necessarily know who the donor is because of privacy or whatever, unless, of course, the family of the donor says, yes, we don't mind you sharing that information. So if they don't necessarily have to disclose that, it doesn't matter. I'm saying just use his kidney, heart, liver, whatever, right? Then I'm sure a lot of people will be saying, well, Kirtana, if that's the case, then does that spirit is that still attached to the body? Is that spirit still attached to the organs? Now that's a whole other story. We'll get into that some other time when we are one of our Saturday things. Otherwise, poor man James, or whoever this James person is, man or woman, is probably going to have a conniption fit over here. So we'll have that conversation on the private some other time on our last Saturday's Zoom. So I do believe that as long as it is going to help another person who deserves this, we should do it. I think they have to make it mandatory. I really think they should. And if the criminal is saying that, oh, it's against my religious belief, dude or dudette, the day you committed that crime, you gave up all your privileges to be a part of society, to be treated the same way the rest of society is. So you hush your mouth and you sit down. That is my opinion. Why should we care? Why should we give them any consideration? Oh, it's their right. And why? So it's their right to say that, oh no, I don't want to donate, I don't want to this. So was that also their right to take the other person's life? It wasn't their right. So when they drew the line in the sand, hey man, a woman, you drew the line in the sand, so F you. That's how I would think. Because there's so many other people who are worthy and deserving of living a life, people who are law-abiding citizens, people who have done so much good, people who have so much potential to do so much good. Why not? Right? Hey, think about it. I know I'm being a little drastic when I say this, but we are all up in arms. We get our knickers in a twist, our family jewels in a twist, and we end up getting swampy butt cheeks and oh my goodness, all about recycling. Isn't this a kind of sort of recycling? Think about it. Just think about it. So let me look at the comments here. Marisol, hey Marisol. Like I said, that is a question and a topic we will discuss another time, not just now. Right, exactly, seeking serenity. Absolutely. They should also donate the body to science. But the question is, do we ask them if they want to, or do we just say, you're a criminal, you're on death row, this is what we have decided, this is this because you lost your privileges, right? So, anyway. Another thing I want to say is I was having this conversation yesterday with somebody just briefly, and I said, you know what, tomorrow I'm going to do a live on this, so let's not go too deep into this. What blows my mind is these people, these criminals, they end up getting, and I've never understood the logic behind this. I have never understood the logic. They end up getting conjugal visits. Somebody please help me understand why and flying fiddlesticks do they deserve conjugal visit? Like why? How does it work? Like the prison is going to give them a room and they go do the donkey and then they get on with it? And then they impregnate somebody, and the next thing you know, that baby mama has a baby from this criminal daddy, and then the next thing you know, the baby mama most likely cannot afford to take care of the child, and she's on the dole, and the government is paying her $400, $500 a month to take care of the baby. I'm being very controversial here. I'm talking about subjects that a lot of people don't want to talk about, and if you don't like what I'm saying, you can buzz off. These are just my observations, my opinions. I think about all these things. And so, is it the child's fault? No, that's not what I'm saying. That is not at all what I'm saying. And again, don't misconstrue my words. All I'm saying is, And then they go off and not every person who goes on a conjugal visit is going to get pregnant. I get that. But we know there are a fair amount of cases, right? And then here you have the government paying them $400, $500 to take care of that baby. Now, I am not blaming that baby. I'm not holding the baby responsible. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, why are these people even being given conjugal visits? Why? Like, why? The day you committed that crime, you drew the line in the sand. You, by your own actions, you voluntarily, knowing very well, did something stupid, and you drew the line in the sand. Then technically you lose all privileges that a normal person on the right side of the law would be able to enjoy and should be able to enjoy. To heck with conjugal visits. Why in God's world is the prison system even, or the justice system or whatever even, oh, it's their right, it's their right. When do we draw the line as far as their right is concerned? Oh, it's their civil right, it's their this right, it's their, when do we draw, oh, then here's another thing that pisses me off. So, see that drama that's going on, wait, let me look at this thing. So, when I asked this thing about, what did I ask? Is it okay to have a criminal, an organ donor? And 96% said yes and 4% said no. And you know what? It's totally okay, y'all. Like I said, this is just having conversations, right? So we are all entitled to our opinions. So another thing what I want, and of course there are very few people here, so who knows? Once people see the video and they see the questions I'm asking, maybe they'll leave their comments below, right? Another thing I oh my God, y'all, where do we start with this, right? It's like crazy. So this fellow who shot those kids in that Florida school, right? Gypsy Girl, you know the name of that school, right? I mean, selective memory here. That trial is going on. So everybody's saying that, he's going to get the, hey Sherilyn, I didn't see you check-in, girl, how are you doing? So, what did Sherilyn say? I missed a bunch of comments. So, hi Kareen, good to see you. So, they're saying that, oh, he's going to get the death penalty or life in prison. Why life in prison? Why? I don't get it. So, the other side of yes, Parkland, thank you. That was the school, Parkland School. So what I was thinking, there's a small percentage of people who have been wrongly, sentenced, and at the very last minute they found out due to DNA testing and yada yada, and they've been able to get out. And I get that what percentage of cases are like that, right? A fairly small, very minimal percentage. In those cases, if they were wrongly convicted, I do believe the investigators, the district attorney, those are the people who need to be held responsible for wrongfully convicting this person, because they effed up. They effed up bad, man. They really effed up. So they are the ones who should be held responsible. They should go after them. The public should go after them. The family should go after them and sue them and put them behind bars because they didn't do a good job. Now, we have to play fair. In the good old days, DNA testing, yada yada, I know. But as we know, let's be honest, there are a lot of cases that they pinned on the wrong person simply because they had to do something to appease the public because of the public's pressure on the police department. That has happened. We know that very well. So in cases like that, I do believe we should go after those people who have wrongfully, convicted the wrong person, arrested the wrong person, and did all of that, right? We can't say, oh, that's collateral damage. That wouldn't be fair, right? It wouldn't. But having said that, there is a very small percentage that fall into that category. But for the majority of the percentage, if it's proven beyond doubt, just go with me here, proven beyond doubt that, and all evidence claim, and even like this Parkland shooter, this fool, he has confessed, right? Why are we even wasting the taxpayers' money having a trial and putting those victims and their families and the survivors through the horrendous emotional drama? Why? There is video footage. There's video surveillance. He himself has confessed. In initial investigation has proved without a doubt, without even a microscopic chance of it being otherwise, that he's the one who did it. Let's just get on with it. Let's do the sentencing and let's be done with it. Why are we dragging it on? And here's another thing that gets me. Oh, okay, death sentence, right? And the next 18 years, these buffoons, right, will be sitting in prison, lollygagging 23 out of 24 hours a day, get to eat, no rent, no nothing. They get the best of healthcare, and they get food, and then they get enough sunshine, they get their clothes, they don't have to spend a penny on anything. And some of them for good behavior. If you see some of the cases on TV, they've been behind bars for life, and they have their own little TV and their own little books, and because of good behavior. No, y'all know, they shouldn't get any of that. They shouldn't. Why? So this fool gets to live to be however many years, and then he gets 800 chances to appeal and appeal and appeal. Why does he get the chance to appeal? Why should we extend opportunities or chances for him to appeal to remain alive when he didn't extend that to the people whose lives he took? I don't get it. Why are we even considering life in prison? It should be a straight up death penalty. I'm all for it. A lot of people don't agree. They'll be like, oh, you can't take a life for a life. Excuse me? Why not? Because he, by his own free will, by his own actions, knowing very well what he was doing, being cognizant of what he was doing, he drew the line in the sand. So he made that decision. Nobody forced him to do it. Oh, he was under mental stress. That's another thing that gets me, man. It's like all of a sudden out of their back pockets, they get this mental health card. I agree, some of the cases they genuinely have mental health thing. I get that. But not all of them. It just blows my mind. Like, I don't get it. It just makes me so mad. But again, these are my opinions, my observations. You do your own research. You draw your own conclusions. You do your own due diligence. You're an adult. You make up your own mind. I'm just talking aloud or thinking aloud about why the questions asked. If somebody has valid answers to my questions, help me understand, right? And I'm not, the intention of this is just discussing, having a intelligent discussion among adults, right? Who are, clearly have the ability to think for themselves and to make independent decisions, right? And adults who are not so easily influenced, right, by anybody or anything. So another thing that blows my mind is, talk about ranting people. That doofus goofus, that fool Cremo, right? How is he able to get away with it? How is it that he managed to get a license and to be able to buy a gun after there was an incident? Somebody help me understand. If I'm missing and if I'm not connecting the dots, please somebody help me here. How in God's world, after those knives were taken and that drama they had, his father, knowing very well, did something, pulled strings, because remember the father and the father's brother claimed that they were well known in that town, and father even ran for the mayor or whatever. I'm sure he must have pulled some strings and tried to kind of hedge, wink, wink, hey man, buddy, chummy, can you do this for me? And they did it, and he got his guns and he went and did what he did. Now his mother, there's a clip of her where she's confronting the police, and oh my God, she looks totally cuckoo, totally flicking cuckoo. Go look it up, y'all. I'm not posting all of that. Y'all can go research and see. She looks completely psycho. And I don't understand, like, why is he still sitting in prison? We have video surveillance. We have visual. Somebody is able to attest that, yes, it was him. He himself has agreed. All the evidence that they found on him. He tried to escape and this and that and all that history and everything. I'm sure he's sitting in jail now, and the father, I'm sure they have money, and the mother are going back and forth and, visiting, and I'm sure there's stuff that's going on, and I'm sure people look the other way, and, all that stuff. That's the kind of stuff that bothers me, right? These people who have the money and the influence, are able to do so much more and get away with it, aka case in point, such as any number of these famous criminals who are behind bars. They have a cushy life, as opposed to somebody, a family who are like low income family, and the police just go pick them up and say, yeah, you look like the person that person was saying, without even doing their due diligence. Pick up this individual, go put him behind bars. The parents have no money, they have to rely on the district attorney. They don't get the level of service and half the privileges as these people with money do. So I think about all those things, and I'm like, this is a crapshoot. It really is. And again, if anybody has a problem with me dropping some F-bombs and using words like the shit in the fan and crapshoot, and if that offends you, you need to leave. I've already said that once. I'm saying this again. And this channel, my channel, my videos are for adults only. So if I'm going to be saying something that makes you a little, queasy, you need to leave. Don't waste your time and don't bother me. All right. So, Janet Ackerland, good to see you, girl. And then here's the thing. Here's the problem. How many millions of dollars cumulatively are we spending on these dang criminals? Taking care of their sorry freaking asses, feeding their dumb asses, and taking care of them. Why? Here, think about this for a second. So, somebody's in prison for whatever crime he did. He or she is serving life sentence, serving some sort of a sentence. Through the course of his or her hotel stay, he or she, during one of the routine health checkups, by law, apparently we're supposed to give them their routine health checkups, and through some screening, they find out that, he's got diabetes, or he's got cancer, or he's got some cardiac issues, or whatever. We are supposed to, the prison system is supposed to, by law, provide them health care. How many of y'all, be honest here, you don't have to identify yourselves, you be honest yourself, you don't have to say it over here or type it in. How many of y'all yourselves have had issues with getting health insurance? How many of y'all yourselves, are your family members or people have struggled with getting health insurance? And how many people are there who struggle with serious debilitating health issues and don't have the money to pay for whatever the services or the treatments? How many people? Like normal, law-abiding, hardworking residents, citizens, people of America. I should say citizens. Right? So many people struggle, they can't afford it, and they just pass. Right? And here these douchebags who have taken lives, who have basic criminal piece of crap, they get it, man. They just freaking get it. It doesn't make sense to me. Just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. Wait, hold on. Something I'm missing. Like the Mendes brothers who murdered their family in a horrific way. It's evil, yeah. They get a better health care than everybody else. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right? But then again, y'all, think about it. Prison, like war, is big business. Has anybody thought about that? There are a lot of companies, independent companies, civil companies that actually take care of all of that for the prison, right? It's big business. You have to put tender notices and do all of that. There are a couple of people, I will not mention their names, but they know who they are. They have people and family members in the police, etc., etc. I'm not going to mention their names because I don't want their identities to be disclosed for safety and security. Y'all can ask your family members, how many of y'all, how many of these companies are making money hand over fist. So Delvin says, here in New Zealand, the government spends 5 times as much per prisoner in jail per year than it does on people on welfare trying to find jobs and better their lives. It may absolutely. Yeah, people who cannot retire because they need the healthcare, they literally work for the paycheck to pay for the healthcare. Yeah. And here's another thing that's going on with all this drama about your 401k and your social security being taken away and this, that, and whatever the heck that's going on. A lot of people, they are forced to take up part-time jobs. It's just ridiculous. I was just thinking the other day, I go, think about all the drama that's going on in California. Y'all, I tell you, I got out of California just in time before the shit hit the fan. And before that state went down the pot lane. Seriously. What a beautiful state, but what a freaking mess they made of it. And that Newsom is another ding-dong, ding-along. I was going to say something about Cali, but yeah, all this brouhaha about how they're letting the criminals out on the streets. So if you caught stealing anything up to $1,000, we know that's been going on for a while, right? You're fine, but anything above $1,000, then it warrants arrest and all that. Like, who determines that $1,000 is a cutoff limit? Like, really, who determines that? Well, if that's the case, if you're setting a limit for thieves, right? If you're setting a limit for thieves and saying, "Hey, man, go ahead and rob, but just try to keep it under $1,000." Just play it safe and make it $999.99, and you'll be fine. We won't arrest you. Okay, come on, man, you can do it, right? Just try to keep it under $1,000, and we won't arrest you. What the hell, man? What the hell, right? Oh my God, what in the God's world? So, we're letting all those jackass criminals out. And I'll tell you what might have happened. Whoever the lobbyist is, if there is a lobbyist, I'm just thinking all over, right? Like I said, there are a lot of these companies that put in tender notices to maintain these prisons and this and that. They probably didn't have a lobbyist, and the lobbyist didn't bribe our people sitting in Congress enough, and so they said, you know what, screw you guys, we're just going to let the criminals out, which means you don't get to make money off of us. And who gives a flip about the regular citizen who's going to get mugged, who's going to, like that NASCAR driver or whatever, who's going to get a knife in his chest for no reason except that he was in the wrong place, wrong time. That young lady who got beaten to heck by that guy, that previous attorney who worked for the district attorney or whatever, she also got beat up by the same guy. You guys deal with it. You citizens, you deal with it. It's not our problem. The lobbyists didn't pay, so screw y'all. Somebody's got to pay. This is collateral damage. We don't give a flying fiddlestick. F y'all to kingdom coming back. And a young man, 38-year-old man, he gets stabbed by this dumbass criminal who has been let out for the umpteenth time. I don't get it. Oh, and another one. Okay, so conspiracy theory, maybe there's some truth to it. Maybe this is all pie in the sky. I don't know, but I was just reading somewhere that I'm really talking now. Our wonderful vice president is trying to partner up with the doofus from California, Newsom, and run for the next elections. I'm telling you, y'all, if that happens, let's just kiss this country goodbye, because the two of those buffoons, forget it, y'all, forget it. I'm telling you, it's like, oh my God, what do we do now? Because if we think right now is bad, if those two clowns ever get anywhere close to the Oval Office and end up being principal actors, we're done for. We're just done for. We're just completely done for. I was so happy when I saw our VP, the fine lady that she is, was elected to her office. I was like, it's about time. America wasn't ready to see a female as we won't get into who those characters are. We won't do that. America wasn't ready to see a female as the president of the country. All right, fine. America is a little bit conservative, right? I get it in certain aspects. And I was like, okay, finally we have a female as a VP. That's a good enough step. I had so much hope for her But that speech, the very first speech I saw, I was really excited. I was like, finally, it doesn't matter what a color or race is, irrelevant, a female, right? I'm not a feminist, y'all, I'll tell you. But then again, to see equality even at that level, right? That's basically what the thought process is behind that. And she opened her mouth and she started making those speeches. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, please, please, I'm hyperventilating. Get me the oxygen mask. I can't breathe. I have to get up and walk around before I lose my shit. This is crazy. This is just ridiculous. How in God's world who are those doofuses who write speeches for these bigger doofuses? Okay. Yeah, it's crazy, and I have a lot of friends still in California. I know in the past 3 years, quite a few people who I know, who I knew in California as my friends and acquaintances even, they moved out of the state. When I moved out of California, I actually thought, okay, Texas, Cali is beautiful. I love California, right? I was like, okay, you know what? I'll go to Texas. I'll stay there for a year, see how it is. If I don't like it, I can always go back home because I did have a home there too. So I was like, yeah, it's fine. And for whatever reason, I ended up staying. Yeah, I'm not complaining. It is fine, whatever. But now in hindsight, I'm like, oh my God, thank you, universe, for saving me. I got out of California at the right time. Oh my God. Okay. And nowhere in California is the same as I seen it. I've traveled up and down the coast. I'm a California girl, so anyhow. Wait, okay, so hang on. In Sweden, we pay a bit more. Well, that's the thing, Janet. That's fine, That's the thing. Even if you are like paying extra tax, paying more taxes, the government is returning something to the people. The government is doing something to the people. Now we talk about nationalized healthcare in Canada and Britain, and yeah, there is no perfect system. Let's face it, there is no perfect system. But the goal is to try to get it to work for as many people as possible with the least amount of stress. Make it more accessible to more people, right? So when you look at nationalized medicine and all that in Canada and in wherever, any other country, they're doing something back for the people, right? Like Janet herself says, they're giving back to the people. So even if you are being made to pay extra taxes, that money is not being spent on I was going to say something on ding dong ding along's artwork, right? So that's exaggerating, but you know what I mean. And the people are getting to experience it, see, and it's kind of sort of justified. Okay, I'm getting all of these services, which is fine. Like even I think, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, Janet, isn't it in Sweden where is it in Sweden or is it in the Netherlands, or am I mistaken, or I'm just, where even for you get certain number of months paid time off for mothers to be, something like that. I don't know, somebody help me out, I'm sure. Exactly. You know why they are able to do that? Auntie, you're right. Because they have family jewels in the right place. That's why they're able to make those decisions. Oh my God. Which is that European country that took a real stance on, hang on. Hang on. No. I'll tell you which country it was. Was it Hungary? I think it was Hungary, right? See, that's the thing I don't get it. European Union moves against 3 countries that don't take refugees. Okay, this is for the news. This was way back in the 2017. For not failing to share the burden of resettling refugees. See, that's the thing, y'all. It's like, why aren't those governments taking care of? Anyway, let's not get into that. Let's focus on this. Okay, so another case I wanted to talk about is over a year, up to 2 years, if you manage to save money under the time you pay. Okay, that's something with me here. Okay. Let me read out this other thing about change.org. Okay, I want to call out to Janice, a shout out to her, because I don't think she's watching this, but I will send her an email. Thank you so much for signing the petition. I appreciate you just participating, right? This is that was a petition for the Uvalde police officers, right, to get them all fired, and rightfully so. Here's another thing. So last fall, Danny Santulli was the victim of hazing that resulted in alcohol poisoning so bad it caused severe brain damage. He can no longer see, walk, or talk, requiring round-the-clock care. Earlier this week, his family made a statement that they will not be satisfied until all officers of Danny's fraternity, Phi Gamma Delta, are charged with felony hazing. John started his petition because he knows Danny and his family deserve full justice. He's hoping you'll join him in calling for all of the fraternity officers to be held accountable. Let's demand justice for Danny Santulli and support the anti-hazing laws in Missouri. So, that's another case. I mean, you should see that young man. He's such a good-looking young man. With regards to this change.org, that's how this whole conversation started. I'm going to start putting the links out whenever I can. So, please, if you would care to participate. Again, they have a whole bunch where they ask you to donate money. I am not in any way, shape, or form responsible for that. I am not an organizer. I am not in any way, shape, or form responsible for any of that. I'm just spreading the word. You all go do your own research. If you care to join, join. If you don't want to join, you want to give money, do. If you don't, it's all of your own free will. I'm making it very, 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 very clear. I am in no way, shape, or form, in part or in entirety, responsible for that organization. I just, whenever I see a case that comes up that really calls on me, pulls at my heartstrings, and I feel like yes, we should do something. That I connect with, I sign up to petition, right? Just to get justice, just to get them heard. So that's what I'm saying. Now, what was I going to say? Well, of course, do I have it? Yeah. Any questions any of you all have with regards to what I may have discussed just now? Any questions, anybody? Let me see, Pandora. Yeah, they could grow food on proper land, collect rainwater, make a better community, but they won't. Another thing I'm going to talk about, y'all, this is what I think that's going to happen. So, all this big talk about, gasoline has dropped by, I don't know, what? No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to insert ads, YouTube. No, leave me alone. This thing that was all on the news, where they were saying that the gas prices have dropped by, 20 or 30% since that last hike, but it hasn't gone back to normal. So I was just thinking, I was like, what these guys are going to do, these people in power, as we get closer to midterm elections, they'll just drop it, just to kind of say, oh, look what we did, and try to garner more votes, because I don't think they're in a very strong position, the Democrats. And once they get the votes and they get the majority of the house, they're going to F us all up all over again. It'll be like bend over, and we'll be like, oh no, yeah, that's basically what's going to happen. So I'm like, today, was it today? No, yesterday. I had to go some grocery shopping and pick up some basics, y'all. Let me tell you, basics. Um, I didn't even pick up dog food because that, you pick up the big bag, then you could say, yeah, it costs a little, but not even that big. No dog food, just basics for the next week and a half, 2 weeks, right? I know I didn't pick up steaks and none of that. I'm not going to list what I did, but when the bill popped out, I about fell off my feet. It was $171, and I have much of food. I know, y'all, it wasn't caviar and it wasn't this and wasn't it was just basic stuff. 171 freaking dollars for a little bit of food like that. I was like you go to the grocery stores and you see, how they have frozen pizzas. You get those. They're not personal size, but they're slightly bigger pizzas. 4 pizzas for it used to be, I think it used to be $10 or $11, and they're not big pizzas at all. It's like, I suppose really somebody with a decent appetite can eat one, so they're really not big. And now that same pizza has gone up to $16, like in a few weeks. What do you think about all the fires in animal processing plants? Coincidence? It's not a coincidence. I think I did a quick mini read one time before. It's not a coincidence. How else are you going to create a shortage? How else? Look, I'm not the one who's going to go on and on about conspiracy theories. Not everything is a conspiracy theory. But then when you sit and think about, okay, you see this in the news, yes, granted, we shouldn't believe everything that the internet spits out. That's right. But not everything is fake news. Let's face that. You think about what's happening here, and then you see the connection as to what's happening there and what's happening here, and you're like, okay, that's odd, right? How? And then you start thinking about it. It's not coincidence. February 28, 1986, when Sweden's Prime Minister Olaf Palme was shot to death and no one has been caught and convicted. It would be so exciting if you would like to. You know what? I actually might. I'll do a reading for him. But not just now, okay? Because that will be an in-depth. Okay, so Olaf, oh God, Palme. February 23rd, 1986. Date of death. Nobody has been caught. I don't think there'll be anybody caught on this. I'll do that by Janet Arcoland. Okay. Many cattle farmers are trying to sell because they have no crops to feed the animals. There's little. Yeah, again. Okay. So, no, Pauline, I will put it in the description box or I'll post it on my Facebook. I haven't yet done it. I will do it, okay? So just bear with me. I will do it. After this live, I'm going to do that, okay? And I will put it in the description box. Okay, anybody have any other questions? Yeah. Honestly, Auntie, I've done quite a few readings for them, and I've said, go back and look at my reading I did just entirely off on them. They're not going to last. They're just not going to. Anita Blunt, I agree. We need to get a. Yeah, that's true. That is true. They're not going to last. Yeah, they're just. That's another doofus, he of his own asinine. He was thinking with the family jewels. He wasn't thinking with the brain that God gave him, and he ended up hooking up with that crazy person. So that's on him. He made his bed. He's got to sleep in it. Okay, so anybody have any particular questions about what we've discussed so far? If not, I'll get on to doing a reading. And I know I had that piece of paper as usual. Did I throw away? What did I do? Like per usual? Oh my god. No. Tell me I had that piece of paper. Because I know I did. No, that's not even it. I probably threw it. I don't know why I do that, y'all. I gotta get my little scratch pad that I used to have. The scratch pad's here, but I stopped right. Oh, hello, baby. Come here. You stay here. There we go. Oh, wait. Yeah, sure. I will do a reading. Yes, Alia, I'm going to do a reading. Okay, I'm going to start. Actually, you know what? Hang on, Janet. I think I just, I don't know where he is. He or she. I don't know where James is. Alia, Ali. What is. You know, Alia, my favorite movie is The Jungle Book. Yes, The Jungle Book. Actually, let me do this. Give me 1 second. I'm fixing to do a reading here. My son's wanting to be rocked to sleep again. I hate and miss it. Oh, girl, you go on and do what you need to. You gotta take care of kids. Absolutely. So let's see. Olaf called me. Hang on 1 second. Give me 1 second, okay? Love this random like. Yeah, I figured this would be more fun, right? Give me 1 second. Let me get his name. S-V-E. And I'm going to do a live reading. Olaf. Date of birth, date of death, date of birth, Jan 30th, 1927, Feb 28th, 1986, correct? Feb 28th. Oh, wait. It says he died on February 28th. Okay. Okay, so that's fine. Sven V. Let me just minimize this because we don't. I love that movie, girl. The Jungle Book. I kid you not. My favorite, the old one. My favorite. 1, 4, 5, 5. 6. Olaf. Wait. O. O. L. O. F. Joaquin. Palme. No. West Side Story, yeah. That is so cool. Okay, let's do this. So 10, 14, 15, 15. That would be 6, correct? 6 threes are 18. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 plus 3 is 27. That's 9. Here we have 10, 20, 31, 32. 32 is 5. Then we have 10, 15, 19, 20. That okay. So we have 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 6 plus 1 is 7. Okay. Then here we have 1, 4, 4. 4 plus 10 is 14, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. That will be 5. Alright. 2 plus 10, 12. 12 plus 10, 22, 30, 36 is 9. Alright, so let's see, January 30th, right? March, January 30th, that is Aquarius Sun, and February 28th, Pisces, right? So 5th house, 7th house, and 9th house. So 5th house, 7th house, 9th house, 5th house. If he's Aquarius, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's Gemini. 6, 7 is Leo. 8, 9 is Libra. Okay, so he's a Pisces, right? No, he's an Aquarius. 5th house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is Gemini. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, Pisces. Okay. Alright, so let's do this. Thank you, Marisol. I appreciate each and every one of you for keeping things real, for appreciating when I do these things, for participating, and your support. I really do. So let's do this. Me too. I got to, yeah. Hi, dear. Okay, so let's do this random, okay? Again, because Janet asked. Janet, this one is for you, honey, okay? Olaf Palme. Okay, his name is Sven Olaf Joachim Palme. He was the premier of his country. Oh no, he wasn't the premier. He's the monarch. Wait, no, hang on. Let me get the words right. So was a Swedish politician and statesman who served as Prime Minister of Sweden from 1969 to 1976 and 1982 to 1986. Palme led the Swedish Social Democratic Party. Okay, that's all. We don't need to get into any more information. We don't need that. So, Janet Ackerlund, this is for you. So, yeah, Marcel, that's a very interesting question. Is J-Lo and Ben going to be married forever? No. But let's focus on Sven Olaf Joachim, however you say it. I don't mean to butcher their word, no disrespect, and pronunciation, Palme. He was born on January 30th, 1927. That makes him an Aquarius, and he died on February 28th, 1986. So he's an Aquarius sun. He has a 5th, 7th, and 9th house, and Pisces is his 2nd house. Interesting. So 2nd house talks about values, talents, possessions, ability to earn income, like in other words, job, family, money. 5th house does talk about love affairs, speculation, kids, education, children, etc. 7th house talks about friends, marriage, partners, contracts, relationships. And 9th house talks about, luck, religion, exploring that intellectual, a lot of travel, yes, father, etc., all those things. So now let's take into consideration. So he's an Aquarius, right? So let's see what the cards show. Now, before I go anywhere, in the Pisces, in the tarot, this is astrology, the houses. When we talk about twos. The twos are all about partnerships, having choices, right? Then when we talk about fives, the fives are a bit contentious, right? It's all about loss, regret. It's kind of negative connotations, right? Or the most negative in terms of tarot. And then we talk about sevens. Sevens is like, here is your opportunity to streamline and get moving on to the next phase. So don't drop it. For example, Seven of Cups says too many choices. So if you get sidetracked at the sevens, it's very easy to give in to temptation. So if you keep, and then Seven of Pentacles talks about staying focused, because success is going to come, but it's going to be delayed. Don't lose your focus. Don't lose your shit, right? Pardon the language. Well, now I'm saying pardon the language. And then sevens also is a bit of betrayal. So sevens in the tarot is all about keeping it together and not losing faith, not getting distracted by anything negative that's going on around you. Then nine, on the other hand, in tarot talks about just at the edge of success. You can actually see it, feel it, almost grasp it. So it talks about patience, being a little patient until you reach the next step, right? So, okay. Hey, Rock and Robin. So let's see. Olaf Palme. Show me what you got. Olaf Palme. Show me what you got. Oh my God, the Pisces card pops out first. And you know what? He died on February 28, 1986, and that is Pisces season. So let's see what else pops up. He has Virgo. He has Mars. Cancer. I'm surprised. Wow, one more card. And we have Neptune. Well, here's the thing. Absolutely. The first and the last card. First card is Pisces, the last card is Neptune. So definitely we have second house. There's a lot of confusion in terms of his values and his talent and his ability of being a premier, right? There's a lot of doubt that might have cropped up. People were, certain factions of society or the country or the state or whatever, they were very much doubting his capabilities and his abilities. Now, one thing I tell you, even before I started, again, Janet Arkeland is the one who can give us some insights on this. There's a very, I don't know if he had kids or not, but the importance of kids is popping up. Something about his children is popping up, or something about if he didn't have children, then whoever he considered to be his kids. That seems to be the central focus over here. There's a lot of energy that's revolving around that. I don't know what that is as yet. So let's take a look. So Pisces is ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. Absolutely, there was a lot of confusion and illusion with regards to his abilities, or a certain faction of society must have thought that, we are very confused about, is he capable, is he not capable, like, do we believe him, do we not believe him? Like, there's a lot of things that are illusionary. But here's the other thing also I want to say, that with these two cards popping up, I feel like wrong information was put out about him. So I feel like insiders news or whatever, however that works, that there was a wrong like almost maligning his character, right? Some falsity was put out there about him. So then we have Virgo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Virgo is his 8th house. Now 8th house talks about secrets, finances, of course, death, etc., etc. But Virgo is also ruled by Mercury, and Aquarius is ruled by Saturn and Uranus. But here's the thing. So when we talk about, were there any accusations made? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Were there any accusations made about him siphoning off money, or some sort of accusations with regards to that or stashing away more money than he should have, or there was something to do with the finances or something there? Then we have Mars. Mars, as we know, rules Scorpio and rules Aries. Now Mars is also the god of war. So these are the reasons that actually created that conflict, okay? This was not like, somebody just decided to playing around with their gun and it went off and it hit him. This was slam dunk execution. So that talks about, because of the illusion of falsity that was created about him, something to do with the finances or management of finances or something over there. The decision was taken to like sweep the table off, right? Or swipe the table off, or wipe the table off, you know what I mean? And it's Mars, and that's a very, very hot, contentious energy. Now, here's the thing. He's got Saturn and Uranus. So think about that. Saturn, right? And you have Uranus, which talks about sudden changes. And then Mars is like, I don't give a flying F-U-C-K about anybody. I'm just going to go and do whatever I'm going to do. Like, caution to the winds and let's go for it. Then you have Cancer. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. His sixth house talks about work, health, discipline, and habits. Now, again, this has all got to do with his political position, his agenda, where he was going to go from here, what he was going to do from here, how long he was going to stay in power. Because I think he had already, like, based on what I saw, I read out to you guys, and this is the first time I'm saying, he was up twice, right, for elections. Yeah, it was a execution. He was eliminated purposefully. It wasn't an accident or whatever. And then you have Neptune here, right? Again, I'm telling you, I don't think this is going to be resolved. I don't think it's going to be resolved because it is very, very well camouflaged. Very well camouflaged, very well done, very well executed. I will tell you, even though Janet says some things it was a paid killer from South Africa who did it. I don't know. Okay, so this was very well carried out, very well planned, very well done, very well executed. And whoever actually did it, pulled the trigger, they are very well protected. This goes to, I'm sure there's a lot of controversy and a lot of conspiracy about it. In this case, it applies. So let's take a look and see. But Janet, did he have any kids, or did he consider anybody to be his kids, like adopted kids or biological kids? Because for some reason the children aspect of it is really popping. It's like in my face now. So I was going to say this goes up the higher reaches and echelons of governance and the monarchy. I was thinking in my head, and this card pops up. The Emperor card, right on the Mars. This is not going to be resolved. Everything is being done to ensure that this is not resolved. I am not kidding you. This is not going to be resolved. It will not. The Death card. Oh my goodness. Okay, and the Tower card. Let me ask you this question, Janet. You know, you live there. Was there any dynamic going on between him and the monarchy? Was there a clashing? Was there a disagreement? Was he trying to do something to negate the importance of monarchy, or was there some sort of a clash, or were they not liking him very much or something? Because I do believe that this is like how we have our CIA and FBI and the Israelis have the Mossad. What do you call these guys? The Interpol or whatever they call. I don't know what they call. Something to that effect. I do believe there is a very specific reason why he was eliminated. It is a decision that was made by very, very small core group of people. There is that kind of a thing going on with the monarchy. I'm sure there was some sort of a disagreement, butting of heads, clashing of egos, or some sort of a manipulation going on there, and hence the decision was made. So he has 3 sons but not adopted. People say it was people who wanted him gone because of his politics and things he said. There is also things he said about other countries. Okay, well, so it clearly says the decision was taken to eliminate him, absolutely, okay, and it trickles down from the highest point. The monarchy is very well aware of it, and the decision was taken to do that because whatever he said, whatever he was thinking of, planning on, it would have brought down a house like the House of Cards, and she's attesting to that here. This says disillusionment of a situation, a relationship, a situationship, organization, a building, a whatever. So he was also, I do believe, kind of sort of manipulating or trying to manipulate, and hence and they were very concerned that it was going to cause a lot of issues and bring down a lot of structures and organizations, and they were like, let's be done with this dude. I'm going to say, unfortunately, he brought it on himself. So let's move on with this. I don't want to use that. Where is my? I'm going to use. No, I don't want to use that. Let's do this. Shoot. Let's just use this. Oh my God! Calm down, people. So Alia says there's some good news about Sushant. Hold your horses, Alia. Let me finish this. Okay, let me finish this. Okay. So the energy I sense from him is like, I'm bold. I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to be afraid. They're not going to frighten me. They're not going to scare me. I'm not going to succumb to their control. I'm not going to succumb to their shenanigans and their manipulations. I'm just going to do it. That's the attitude I get from it. Yeah, see? Then what happens, Janet, is this will fall and tumble. If what you're saying, his intentions were, he was going to make a lot of changes, disillusionment of an organization, an establishment, a situationship, a relationship, a person, an individual, whatever. Absolutely. The cards are agreeing. But it would have brought down the monarchy for sure. The Sun card. Oh my God, the Sun card. Okay. So let's see. Let's do this, right? So I can see the cards all laid down. That's my yes card, man. I'll tell you, if Olaf Palme had continued to live, he, regardless of, how old was he when he died? Dog hair? Oh my goodness. He would have, I wouldn't be surprised if he would have served another term or two. He would have. He would have easily done it. So, oh yeah, auntie, of course. That's what I said in my reading. If they can do that to her auntie, the person who you're talking about, we know who the they is in your sentence. You think they can't take out they can't take out mental Megan? They will. It's easy for them. I mean, she's nobody. She's nobody. Like, in terms of social standing or standing in society, if you know what I mean. Family, bloodlines, etc. Right? So, I mean, if they can do that to her, I mean, that's another thing she's played. That's a card she's used. I'm getting sidetracked. I gotta stop. Hang on. Let me do Olaf. Oh my God. 3 of Swords. Betrayal. Betrayal right on the Emperor card. My God. Look. This is how this popped up. Right? The Mars. Can you all see? the Mars, the Emperor, and this at the bottom. Like I said earlier, there was orders given from somebody saying that, okay, go ahead. Boom, done. No turning back. Yeah, go ahead. That's basically what I'm saying. They're not going to find out. That person, I wouldn't be surprised if that person who actually pulled the trigger is already taken out, or if it's so well taken care of that it's the inside, like their own top level, whoever they might have, military or whoever they might have, like black ops or whatever, and they were like, yeah, let's just do it. The Chariot card, which is right on top of the oh my goodness, look at this, the Cancer card and the Chariot. Because he was too much energy to manage. He was getting way more, like, he was getting so strong that, you know how it is, like in politics, as we know, you get really popular and you get really strong. They'll do there is a certain faction who, see, you can't appease everybody. Somebody or the other is going to be pissed off at you, right? They'll want to burn your bum hairs off in a heartbeat, and if they could, they would. So there is a group that were like, he's getting too big for his britches, we got to control, because they were very, very concerned about the energy he had, okay, and he had the ability to drive forth and continue on and move on and make some real changes. Like, he had the ability. He was a good charioteer. He would have done it even. He really would have done it. I don't think he was all for the monarchy and stuff. He would have done it. So they were like, oh shoot, we've been here for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, and this doofus is going to come and try to eliminate us? Oh hell no. Oh hell no. I did a reading for that, Anne. I already did. And then you have the Ace of Cups. I'm going to say I wouldn't be surprised if an offer was made in terms of a peace offering. Hey, you need to back off. No. He was like, no. See, very interesting that the Sun card, okay, falls on the Virgo, right? Think about it. The Virgo, the 13, and the Sun card. What this tells me is it's an absolute yes. This was a very meticulously planned event because, see, he had the ability to control people, manipulation, control, and they were like, no, he's getting too strong for that, and the Sun card has that. I do believe he was a good politician based on what the cards are. I've never heard him speak. I don't know none of that, but he had the ability to really, really hit on subjects that really hit a nerve for the public, because he had that ability. He was a good politician. I believe he had the gift of the gab, very good in oratory skills, or orator, or whatever you call it. And this is a yes card for me too. It was absolutely because they were afraid that he would be very controlling, and he had the ability to control the masses. So whoa, too many cards. So I'm focusing on Sven Olaf working Parme. Let's just hold all the other subjects for a while, okay? It won't be solved. This kind of stuff happens all the time. It has been happening for ages and centuries, and it will continue to happen. It will continue to happen. And then we have the Five of Cups. Okay, so the Five of Cups is telling me that it was absolutely feeling like he was emotionally alienated, because I'll tell you, before he was executed, I guarantee there were a lot of meetings back and forth, and he did start feeling that emotionally he was like, you know what, I think I am being coerce her to take a particular action or go down a route that I don't want to, and I feel like I am being emotionally blackmailed and I am being alienated. One more time, the thing about his kids, I will not be surprised if if somebody might have threatened his kids, or it started like that, threatening. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened, because the kids keep popping up. Subtle threats, Thank you, Alia. I know I've had this shirt for I don't even know how many years, and I love the color. So I don't wear it often enough, but the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel is turning to reveal something. Wheel of Fortune also says that it's a cyclical thing, right, in life. So the wheel is constantly turning and things have to keep changing. It's a momentum. You talk about any country's economy, or the political temperature of any country you take. Nothing stands still. Things are constantly turning and turning and turning. So I do believe he was also a little bit heartbroken that progress was going to be limited. Let's see what card comes after this, though, because I feel he was very concerned about the progression of his nation, his people, his country. I'm not going to take that. Whoa! Oh my goodness. Why are the cards wanting to fly off? Oh, hang on, guys. A whole bunch of cards popped off. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm not going to take them because they all fell on the floor, etc. Yeah, I'm wearing hot pink with red shorts. I think pink and red is a good combination, or even like what you say, like deep magenta and red. Of course, it's all about the tone, right? If you get the tones right, they're beautiful combinations. Or even ox blood and peach, but you have to get the tone right. Great combinations. But anywho, so let's see what card comes out of that after that, because I feel like the card that comes after the Wheel of Fortune is going to tell us a lot about why are these cards being so slippery. Hang on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Come on, buddy. Work with me. Right? The Justice. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to get one more card and then we'll tell you. The Eight of Coins. Okay, so what this is telling me is he was very concerned and feeling very emotionally alienated because he felt he knew the winds were changing, the direction of the wind was changing, and he did feel like he was being emotionally pushed to make specific decisions, and he didn't want to because he knew if he takes that lifeline and says, okay, fine, that the change he intended, change he wanted, change he knew was going to be good for the people was going to be stalled. And then Justice, she's blindfolded, of course she always is, but the balance would be off, okay? The balance would be off, and then we would go back to being where we are and following the rules and following the regulations of, time immemorial. Follow the book, follow what's written, and continue to keep working. So they had given him a choice. Look, you change your tactics, we'll let you be, we'll let you run for a term. Here's an option. Let you run for a term and then you retire and go away. Or we are going to just, if you continue down this trajectory, we are going to have to do something, because I'm sure they must have threatened his kids and his family because they were afraid if he goes unchecked, if he went unchecked, he would have also balanced out the economy. He brought balance to the structure in terms of, would have said, okay, the monarchy isn't good. Here, let's focus, let's rewrite the rules and regulations and make necessary amendments, and let's make sure that the public are like distribution of wealth. He wasn't a communist, but he just felt that the royalty didn't deserve what they had, and it was no use. So, oh my God, Two of Wands. What did I say? They gave him a choice. Two of Wands. The Devil card, 15. Right? That talks about dependencies. Two of Wands and dependencies. So, hey, are you going to be dependable or not? You have to make a choice. You have to make a choice. Can we depend on you? Are you willing to continue to be bound to the devil? Or are you going to, this is the church, the monarchy, the everything, because it's all here. But what are you going to do, man? Like literally, what are you going to do? Because hang on one second. That is not Uranus. What the heck are you, buddy? What are you doing here? Vesta. Wow. And then we have the Four of Coins. So it's holding back. And it's also like the Four of Coins does talk about need for long-term security and to be able to manage things for long-term. It's not instant gratification. But it also talks about power, greed. Okay? So this was Six of Cups. Can we go back to being the way things were? Because again, Janet, let me know, like, were there changes made to the monarchy when he was around? Were there substantial changes made? But there's also this great attempt at, let's try and recapture what we used to have in the past and maybe continue down that path, because if they let the monarchy continue, then everything will be like this, happy lovey going back to the old ways, right? No changes made. And then you have the King of Swords, and the King of Swords steps in and he says, F you all, I'm done. This decision, okay, this person, very decisive, very aggressive, very harsh, very swift, intellectual, no emotions, all in the head, quick to make decisions, and has no problem meting out punishment, carrying out an act that would be brutal and also be quick. This person has no emotions. It's like, I need to do it, I'll get it done. Okay. Another day, another job. Okay. That's pretty much what it is. I'm going to pull one other card from here. Let me see. No, not that. Oopsie. Almost threw that deck on the ground. What the heck? Pluto. Oh my God. Pluto is change and rebirth, right? Pluto is change and rebirth. Pluto is having the ability to regenerate, having the ability to grow, having the ability to release that does not help you and to rebuild. Yeah, they were not willing to take the chance with this guy. They were like, he's getting too big for his britches, let's just off him and be done with it. That type of a thing. So, alright, so that's that for Mr. Joaquin Palme. Alright, I missed something. Okay, Janet says a long time ago, an alcoholic man got blamed for it. How could it be when the man had problem to? Yeah, no, it's politics. They do all kinds of weird things. So, okay, so somebody else asked me a question. Let me go back and see. Hang on one second. Uh, I missed somebody's question. Okay. So Marisol asked if J-Lo and Ben are going to be married forever. I'm going to quickly answer that question because that was like so fun. Seeking, oh, they're going to be fine. They got the message loud and clear. That's part of the settlement or whatever. They're going to be fine because it was made loud and clear. The message was very, very clear. The message was very obvious. So they're like, okay, fine, we'll just continue to move on with our lives. Oh my goodness. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so let's see what the J-Lo and no, it's not gonna last, y'all. She should not have married him. So I don't know their date of birth and all that. I'm not getting into none of that. We'll just do a quick one for her and a quick one for him. And are these all the, yeah. Let's just see. I don't think so. I don't think, I shouldn't say it. I wish them all the best. Newly married, they're clearly in love with each other, etc. I'm just making sure that all the cards are right. Wish them all the very best, and they're in love, and I have nothing against them. I mean, they be married, they not be married, doesn't in any way, shape, or form affect me. I truly wish them the very best, but I think Ben Affleck really needs to pay attention to his health. He really needs to take care of his health. There's something about him that I feel that he's almost self-destructive in certain ways, and he pulls himself up from that and then he falls into that again. Now, is he depressed or anything? No, I think he's just, I don't know what it is. He's very creative and he gets into these weird dreamy states or whatever, and it's just, he gets complacent and he falls off. Now, I don't know whether he has any addictions or anything. I don't know none of that because I really don't pay attention to any of that. But I do believe he really, really needs to take care of himself. I have something in my mind to say, but I don't want to say it. But he needs to be taking care of his pancreas and that sort of stuff. I truly wish them all the very best. I hope they're happy forever and a day. Oh, that's okay. That's okay, Janet. So my left hand, I'll pull some cards for Jennifer, and my right hand for Ben, and then we'll see. So Jennifer, give me one card. We have Saturn. Very grounded, she is. Put that there. And for this fine young man, watch if Mercury pops up. I wouldn't be surprised. I won't take that, that was too much. Something about him, y'all. Something about him. Water. I really expected Mercury to pop up. I seriously did. Right? Then, let's pull one more. Jupiter. This girl's got luck on her side. Very stable, grounded, etc. And for him, good night. Good night, seeking serenity. Yeah, we'll stop this one now. He's got Libra. If he's able to balance his emotions, he'll be fine. He's quite a creative guy though. He gets all up in his head. She's got Neptune, right? Let's see what he's got. He's got Gemini. Who rules Gemini? Mercury. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. So she has strong energy. She's a very strong lady. She's always going to be doing good in life. She's always going to be independently successful, independently wealthy. She doesn't need no man, no woman, no nobody to help her in that department. She's got strong energy. She's got Saturn, stability, being grounded, understanding hard work pays off, understanding that Jupiter, she's got the luck of Jupiter bringing her all the what's the word, the ability to step outside the box, to do things, not hesitant, willing to take action, willing to go for it. I wouldn't be surprised if she's also a little bit interested in like spiritual and this and that, or even like the esoteric. And then she's got Neptune. Now Neptune here is actually not bad, because for her Neptune is saying that she has the ability to create dreams, illusions, right? And for him, he's got water, which is obviously very emotional. Then he's got Libra. He has to be able to find the balance, and Libra is ruled by Venus, and he's got Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Now she's got strong energy: Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune. Between the two of them, if anybody is more a fixed, I don't know her signs, and nothing is more fixed and more masculine. When I say masculine, I don't mean appearance or physical or whatever. If you know astrology, you'll know what I mean. She would be more fixed. I don't know her stars, but based on this, I don't know her chart, nothing. And he would be the more emotional kind of a person in the relationship. So I'm not saying, I'm not. He would be more emotional, and she would be more the stronger one. Yeah, lovey-dovey and all that fine stuff, rock and roll, and good night. She says good night. Okay. Oh, thank you, Debbie. So I will say that between the two of them, that he is more emotional. He is the one who will have problems maintaining his focus. He is the one who will have problem balancing his emotions and his to find that balance. Very mercurial. I wouldn't be surprised if he's quick tempered too. He has the ability to flip and change, right? Very mercurial, has the ability. Gemini has also talks about the gift of the gab. He's all about the hands. He has the ability to change is easy for him. He's fine with change. It's okay. But she's more wanting the stability, the security, the solidity, that sort of a thing. I will tell you all, he has to be very careful. He has to be very careful of his health. I will say that right off the bat for him. And it also talks about duality. See, for him, he's got Gemini. I do believe she is what you see is what you get. Okay, in a relationship, there is some duality over there. Okay, I will tell you now. Please don't go put words in my mouth. When you talk about duality, it could mean duality in terms of orientation, if you know what I mean. But again, I don't have his birthday. I don't have his astrology chart. I'm not saying anything. And even if that is the case, well, it doesn't matter to any of us. But she is going to be someone who's always going to want to take charge. Instinctively she does, because she it's not very easy for her to give her power away to a man. Okay, let me say this. I am a woman. We know a lot of women do this. Strong, independent, accomplished women, and then we end up in relationships, and I don't know for what bizarre reason, some of us just give our powers away to the significant other. Right? Not everybody does that. I'm not saying every single woman does that, but some of us we just kind of fall into that kind of the slot, that whatever you call it, the compartments, and we just give our power away. Otherwise, we're kick-ass, take names type of women. She is not like that. She will never give up her power, give away her power in its entirety to another man. She will behave like that, she will act like that, she will make like she's very feminine and she's very lovey-dovey. Oh, I need a man in my life. this chick, she's like, she knows her place, she knows what men are, she's very, very aware of the fact that she will never rely 100% on a man. She knows in the back of her mind, she can never rely on a man for her success. I'm not talking about love. She is very entitled to fall in and out of love and all that. She's all about love. She likes the companionship. She likes that family. She likes to have that family unit. But she will keep her power. She is very focused. She is determined. She knows the meaning of hard work. She knows what hard work gets. She knows how. She's very savvy. What do I need to do to get there? Okay, that's my goal. That's my destination. What do I need to do there? And she's willing to do it. Okay, very good at creating illusions. This girl, okay, she is, the illusion she creates of what an ideal woman is or should be for the man who she is in a relationship with. She knows how to create that. She may not necessarily always be that ideal woman for that man, but she will create that illusion. Do you get what I'm saying? She's not being deceptive at all. And the guys tend to get drawn into that. Do you get what I'm saying? She's not deceptive, but she knows how to, it's like telling somebody what they want to hear. That kind of being somebody that you think the other person wants you to be. She can do that very well. And the unfortunate thing is, this is something that is always going to be in her. She's always going to be able to do it. But for her, family is important, the children are important, having the stability, all that is there. Here's the thing. As much as he has a Gemini, which is duality, Gemini, which is Mercury, and Libra, okay, Libra is Venus, okay, Venus is all about wanting the good things in life, the fine things, finances, etc. He will always feel a little emotionally he will have emotionally discontent. No, I have to find the right word. He's always going to be emotionally a little bit less than, because not emotionally less than, he's always going to be dissatisfied emotionally with regards to where he is at in life. Although he's very successful, although he's in his own right, he's very creative, very smart, very talented, it's not so much that he has that he is competitive. You know how sometimes in relationships couples compete with each other, which is whatever, but he's not that competitive. He may come across as, I'm very happy being my creative self, you can be much richer than me, that's fine. But it does get to him at some point in time, because he feels that he has to be that person, that aggressive, dynamic guy who takes control, and he feels he's expected to play that part or be that role. But in all honesty, he's a kind of a guy who's happy just being laid back and being creative. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but okay. Alia says she's a Leo. Okay. Oh, hello. Okay. Let me put this back. So, Ace of Coins, Page of Wands, Page of Coins, the Death card, and the Queen of Cups. She controls the relationship 100%. She controls the relationship 100%. She is the one who's always going to be offering the emotional thingy for him, right? She's the one who's always going to be like, it's okay, honey, it's okay, I got your back, it's okay, no worries, no pressure, always that. I wouldn't be surprised if she even helps him a little bit as far as some of his projects are concerned, right? Like business-wise, right? But she's doing it for a reason, right? And they have the Page of Coins and the Page of Wands. So business opportunities, business ventures, starting something new, starting fresh between. I'm not saying he's poor, he's not. But if you know what I mean, like for him, it's not about chasing the coin. He'd be happy just being his creative self and let him be. He isn't innately competitive. Like, not that he's a beta male or alpha male or whatever the heck they call those things. But for him, it's like, I'm happy being just chill and be creative and doing my jam, right? Keep on jamming on. But I feel like I have to project that image of being the man in control and the manager. I don't think he necessarily wants to do that, but he feels pressured by society, and he thinks that's the unreasonable expectation that society or whoever it is in his head has on him. Now we have the Page of Wands, right? And then we have the Page of Coins too. So this talks about the ability to start new projects. I wouldn't be surprised if she helps him with that, and taking new action. So clearly this is a new endeavor they're on. But y'all, I'm sorry to say, I don't think this is going to last. He will not. Sherilyn, he is not the kind of a guy who's going to be happy in a relationship. See, that's the thing with him. If this fool, well, I shouldn't say, I take that back, I apologize. He's not. What I meant was, you know what, in all honesty, some of us are foolish in terms of what our heart wants and what our head knows, right? Let's face it, it is what it is. That's the thing. He feels that expectation is there, that he feels that he can only be successful if he has the ideal family, ideal relationship, ideal thing. But in all honesty, that's really not why. It's almost like he's doing that to appease society or appease somebody, or just to feel like, look, I am this, all of this. But he should just kind of just chill, man, dude, just chill. It's okay to be by yourself. Nobody is judging you except yourself, and just be you. So, Oh, hello. I messed up my cards. Hang on. What did I do here, girl? I have some this way and some the other way. Here, let me set them right. So, they both are Leo Sun and Scorpio Moon. I don't know. I don't know what chart you're looking at. I don't subscribe to any of that. I mean, I'm not saying, you're wrong or whatever, Courtney, because I don't know until I see their charts and I work them the way I work them. I won't take it into consideration. So just so you know. See, she doesn't, hang on. 3 of Coins. It's more like a business partnership, y'all. 4 of Coins. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, 6 of Coins. Give and take. See, I'm telling you, what is this? This talks about teamwork, collaboration, craftsmanship, right? Projects. What is 6 of Coins? Give and take, receiving help, generosity, exchanging, partnerships. Two of Wands, waiting to make decisions. Queen of Coins, she holds the purse strings. Absolutely, she does. Okay, Queen of Coins is somebody who is very self-sufficient, very grounded, has the ability to be resourceful, all about the family. And Leos are like that, particularly Leo females, if she is a Leo. They are very much into the family and taking care, but she is like very solid. 10 of Cups, look at this, having it all. The Lovers card, right? That's again a Gemini card. Talks about decision making and duality. We got a lot of decision making and duality over there. Look, that's a 2. Decision making, duality is a lot of it. Yeah, it's like they've thought a lot of, what are they still deciding about? Y'all, this is not, look, this is again one of those codependent relationships. I don't think they should have gotten into it. Yeah, they used to love each other, they were in a relationship, yada yada, but this is like getting carried away by the momentum of passions, right? Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't have anything else to say. I mean, oh my God, I'm mixing up my cards. Here we go again. God, what am I doing? Yeah, that's all for them. So I am not going to say anything else. So let's wrap this up. She is her own individual. Really, she doesn't have to be in a relationship with anybody. I mean, she is just so as much. And please know, I mean, I have a lot of respect for them. I mean, look at her age. She kicks butt and takes names, right? And she's so creative and accomplished so much, etc. But I do believe that she may want to be in a relationship. She may feel like, she is very, she can play the part and all that, but it's not in her. So, like, she will. See, that's the thing, y'all. All these guys, they're like, oh, I want a beautiful, strong, independent woman who's not afraid to speak her mind and do this and do that. All these guys, not all, some guys, they're like, oh, yeah, I want, look at her, my wife, oh, yeah. And then when they actually get into the relationship and they actually have that type of a person in their life, then they get their knickers in a twist because they start feeling, oh, she really is all that and I'm not anywhere close to being her, and then their ego gets hurt and then all bets are off. It's ridiculous, but okay. I think I have, right? And it's Lauren London. I don't remember. No, I got to do readings for others. So, Alia, you did say earlier that there was some good news about what's his name? Oh, I forget. Sushant. Right? What is it? I have to do one for Nipsey Hussle, right? Have I not done one? I don't remember. Yeah, let me tell you, the other day, I think I should do one for Tupac. Really, I should. I'll tell you why. I was driving around somewhere the other day, and I'm not into that kind of music. I'm not saying that because that is not good music. They're all creative people. Heck, they are more creative than I could ever. I mean, I couldn't sing to save my life, y'all. But yeah, sure, Alia, go for it. But keep in mind, this is an open forum, so be cognizant of all that. Okay. So if you're asking me. A reading for, yeah. So Alia, if you're asking me a question about dating for your personal self, I'm not doing personal questions. So hang on one second. So I did Nipsey Hussle. Okay. So I was coming home or driving somewhere. I don't know what the heck. Driving. I was in my car, and what is that name of the song that Tupac sung called California? That song popped up, y'all, like 3 times, like not on the same day or on the same journey, but like I went somewhere, I came home and parked the car and went somewhere and I parked and then coming back, like 3 times that same song was on the radio. And I was like, what is this? And I was listening to the lyrics, of course it's about California and Compton and all that stuff, and I was like, I wonder if he's trying to say something. Maybe I should do a reading for him. Alright, so let's move on. Alia, I'm not doing personal questions, so if you have a question with regards to a general question about general dating, then sure. But other than that, if it's personal, no, send me an email, ask me a question in the email and I will answer. No, I will just do it for you. Alright, y'all, let me stop, okay? Because it's a weeknight. Everybody's got to go to work tomorrow. I hope you all enjoyed this. There was no specific agenda. I just wanted to get the word out about those cases. And, just think outside the box, like, why do these things happen? And again, the intention is not to instigate any drama or anything like that. It's just thinking aloud and having an exchange of ideas. Nothing wrong with that. So thank you so very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Esmeralda, Sherlyn, for John Denver. Yeah, that would be interesting. Didn't he die young too? Yeah. Oh, okay, Alia, go for it. Ask me, Alia. Ask me. You know what? I have my little book. I'm waiting for Alia to ask me a question. So she says it's general. Oh, absolutely, my pleasure, Anne. So let's do. Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you, Kareem. Absolutely. I'm waiting for Alia to ask me her question. I'm not going to end this until. Kareem, good night. Thank you, Courtney. Thank you. And yeah, I don't know what happened to James. Oh, wait, where's James? Maybe I should pull out a Ouija board and do something for him, right? I couldn't help being so sarcastic anyway. So, Debbie, thank you. Auntie Alia, Sheldon Schaffner. Thank you, Gypsy Girl. Don't forget to give me the thumbs up and hit the bell icon. And leave your comments below. I will post, once this is over, I'll go post the links to the, whatchamacallit, change.org. I'll post it in the description box. Actually, it'll take some time for this to convert from a live to a, I don't know, we'll see. I'll try and post it in the description box, and I'll also put it on my Facebook page. He's hiding under a rock, Debbie. Yeah, that guy was something else. I'm like, dude. Then Janet Ackerman, Seeking Serenity, Rockin' Robin. Thank you all so much for being here. Auntie, Gypsy Girl, Alia Ali, Sheldon Schaffner, Star Miller, Courtney, Marisol, Pauline, Pandora Sparks, Dia Pricea, Corinne C. Then who else? I'm missing names, as I always do. Right, Lucinda. Then Bunny, not yet time. Stop whining. There he goes. Nobody. Hang on. You'll hear him. He's just being. So to every one of you, I say thank you so much for joining. If I missed your names, I do apologize. No specific. Thank you. How do you, if a person really loves you, how to if they are faking? Okay, that's a fair question. First and foremost, what is your instinct? Instinctively, what do you feel? Do you feel doubt, or do you feel a little bit like, I don't know about it? Trust your instincts. What is your first reaction, right? And what does your instinct say? Do you, right off the bat, you're a little bit, I'm not so sure, or do you feel good about it? What's your emotional initial reaction? So, whatever you do, I know, Bunny, you want to come and show your face? He's whining. So, be careful, because there are a lot of people out there, I mean, I'm not giving you advice, I'm just like, it's not my place to give you advice because you're an adult, but just be cautious. Remember, the most important person in your life is yourself. You have to be careful. You are responsible for yourself. Don't let anybody push you to do something you don't want to do. Always protect yourself. Your priority is to protect yourself, right? Protect your physical self, protect your emotions, protect your heart. So always be cognizant about that, and don't ever feel like you are being pushed to do something. Things should be natural, right? If you feel there's some hesitation, or it's too much hard work, or there's too much of struggle, then don't. For me, it's a breath of fresh air not being in a relationship. Yeah, a lot of people believe so too. I completely hear you. Some people prefer it. So anyway, before I get caught up into this, let me say 10 for everybody. Thank you, and I'm sorry I'm being abrupt. Blessed be. Oh, wait. Blessed be. Wait, I can't even type today. The real family. My beautiful Saint Bernard, in a second he's going to get up and come start pawing me, because the moment he does that, when he comes up and starts putting his paw on me, it's like, okay, I gotta go. So thank you so very much, everybody, and give me about 5-10 minutes and I will post that on my Facebook page or in the description box. Thank you, everybody, and take care, be safe, and have a good night's rest, and I'll see you on Friday. Thank you. Welcome, Alia, and always be careful, Alia, okay? Take care. Bye. All right.